All right, and here we are with strategic trading trade of the day, my friend. All right, we're looking at the actual chart from Nadex. This is the Nadex platform that they offer the tickets on, and you can pull up this chart when you want to look at it from a perspective of where you are on the Nadex payout uh, ladder. Excuse me. All right. Now this is a particularly interesting chart, which shows right now. If you look in the middle section, it says -$61. That is the price, the total price that we paid for the 4 contracts, where it says +4 above 2,700. That is $61 that we paid for those 4 contracts, and we need to be above 127 for that to be $400 for us to make a profit on that. Now we can currently close out. You see, we are at 126.77, and we can close out right now for $23 for those tickets. Okay, and that is what the tickets are worth, and we would lose money closing out here, but we wouldn't lose the entire $61. We lose, we still walk away with $24 out of that deal. But if we are now entering into the last hour of this contract, and price is either going to rapidly increase or decrease, because as time decay is now working against us, the longer that we stay beneath the 2,700 handle, the less valuable our position is, and time decay is working against us. But the volatility that comes into play counteracts that in a way, because now each tick or each movement closer to that gives us a more of a likelihood of being successful. So now each tick is worth more. Okay, so as time goes against us, volatility works for us, movement works for us, and as you can see, we are now making a nice upwardly swing. We are now into the 9 o'clock hour. All right, the last hour of this contract is on hand, and the last hour and the last 30 minutes and the last 10 minutes especially are very, very crucial times when it comes to options contracts. They become very volatile as you get close to the end. So this is my first opportunity to really take a look at and run the chart, the Nadex chart from the platform in this manner. And I usually run a Forex chart that I use, but I thought it would be interesting to do this tonight and see exactly how it looks from the Nadex perspective. So that's what we're looking at right now, and we're currently sitting at a price of 126.77, and we have to be above 12700 to do so. And honestly, I think we're going to get it. I honestly think that we are going to get this contract and be up $400 compared to our one that we started with. I do believe so, and we're going to play that as such. These tickets are a wonderful, wonderful item. I think that Nadex platform is probably the best, worst run company ever. And when I say that is their product is the best product I have ever seen when it comes to uh, putting everyone on an equal level on the financial playing field. Okay, you can access every commodity, currency pair, equity index that anyone on Wall Street has access to, and you have access to it in a way that is understandable, and in a way that is profitable, and a way that is executable for the average person. You can put together strategies. You can affect uh, any scenario using these products that any broker, any trader could in New York with the most complicated of financial instruments. I think it's a brilliant idea. I've long said that I think Nadex's management, some of the upper management with some of the policies that they have are intentionally what's the word I'm looking for? Not ruining the company, because you can't ruin this product, but I believe that they're running a monopoly is what they are. There's only two places in the United States of America where you can purchase binary options such as this legally and use them in the manner that they're using them, and that is Nadex and the lesser funded, lesser liquidity provided Cantor Exchange, which is a very, very good exchange now. Don't get me wrong. They're very good, but they have, like right now, if you would log on to Cantor Exchange, you probably couldn't get a contract on a currency pair at all. Maybe euro dollar, you know what I'm saying? Maybe something like that, but nothing serious. But this Nadex offers you lots of contracts, 24 hours a day, 5 days a week on pretty much everything. And that's awesome. But like the Nadex rule where they can close anybody's account for any reason that they want to. Okay, that's bull. And they have a lot of other little things I don't like, but nothing's perfect. But they do offer us the ability to access the market and to make a profit with it with a very fine product. So I am a fan of Nadex, and if I had to have my vote whether to keep Nadex as it is or get rid of them altogether, I would definitely choose to keep them as is. So that's the end result. Now, back to reality where we are. Now we are at 126.79. We'll move up to here. So as you can see now, our position is becoming slightly more valuable as we move up. As we move up to the 127 handle, our position becomes more and more likely to be successful, or less and less, or less inexpensive. Put it like that. It's going to cost us less. So we are going to see how this next hour prevails, and I do believe within the next hour that we will cross that 127 barrier, and I do believe that we will cross that 127 barrier with style and grace, and that will just be the beginning. I believe that the 127 handle will ultimately fall, and the 127.25, 127.50 handle will also fall as well. Well, why do I say that? Because we are looking at the dollar CAD. Dollar CAD is one of the most volatile commodity currencies out there, except for maybe the New Zealand dollar, which we don't carry that one. We don't, or Nadex doesn't trade the New Zealand dollar. We wonder why. Volatility. The Kiwi is wow, woo, but this is right next to it. And here we go with some nice push up, some nice efforts here. We are rocking at 126.81. We haven't seen this in a minute. Okay, and if we cross into the 126.90 zone, what I said, when we cross to the 126.90 zone, there is nothing but air and opportunity between us and 127. And we're going to grab 127 by the throat, and we're going to shake it and shake it and shake it and shake it and shake it until it gives us what we want. That is what's going to happen. Of this, I'm not sure, because no one can predict the future of the market at any time. It is totally random. But you can predict the actions of people. You can predict that traders are going to act a certain way. You can predict that governments are going to act a certain way. Markets are going to act a certain way when it comes to certain aspects of how they interact with people. But price is the ultimate definer. If you say it's going to be one thing, but the market says it's going to be another, the market is never wrong. You simply are. In this case, I will be. Because I'm saying that it's going to be 127 and better. And I'm here to see what the market has to say. I have put $61 of my money onto this. And if I'm correct, the market will reward me. And if I'm incorrect, the market will pay me no mind, take my $61 as if I never existed, and say, hey, you want some more? Come on. And that is with anything that we do in the markets. So if you are thinking about becoming a trader and you're thinking that this is something that you want to do, I will give you this bit of advice. As anyone listening, if you look at this as a hobby, as a part-time job, as something to do, you are severely, severely mistaken. You are severely handicapping yourself, and you will lose a severe amount of money. But if you come at this as a lifestyle change, as a not just a way to make money, but as a way to live, burn your bridges. You have none. You have no bridges back. You are standing on what Sun Tzu calls death ground. And on death ground, he says your men become Superman. My death ground was the fact that when I got enough money to open up my business, to start this job, I did. And I had nothing else I could go to, nothing else I would go to. It was this or it was die. I would not go back to working for a restaurant. And managing tables. And I would not go back to that. I taught myself this. I taught myself how to trade. I taught myself finance. I was going to never, ever go back. It is that kind of dedication and commitment that you must have if you want to be successful in this or anything in life, any endeavor, for real. But if you come at this like, oh, well, I just do this and I can do that as well, no, 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 no. That is why 90% of you fail. That is why a small percent of us will never fail, because I am totally, completely one track minded when it comes to something. I will focus on you, I will get it, and that is a wrap. And I can do this with anything in life. But here we are, folks. We are moving up a little bit, and we're at 126.84, and we're moving right along here. I suggest that we go ahead and get ready to take our take our 127 handle and take it out of the equation because we are going to pass that. Okay. We are at 126.80. 836. All right. Now, if we fall back below the 7750, excuse me, if we fall back below 126.84, if we fall under that, I don't think we'll recover. But if we stay above that, we have a very, very strong possibility of becoming successful on these tickets. We are at 126.85. And we're getting there. 126.85.9. All right, 126.86. We are pushing right along. There we go. 862. 126.862. And we are steadily moving up. 126.80. Oh, we'll move down a little bit. 126.85 too. Well, I'm going to hold it here. We're going to pause it and we're going to come back and see what happens. All right, friends, and we're back. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. We're going to get to the last little portion of what we got going on here. And now we're above 77. We're at 126.83, and we're making that push up. Once we cross that 126 handle, 126.90 handle, I fully expect us to blow through that bad boy. We're in the last 22 minutes of this trade, and it is 9:32. 9:38 in the p.m. We're looking at a 10 o'clock our time, which is Central, and it is one of these times that as a trader, I'm going to be honest with you. When I was first starting trading, I loved this time. This was an exciting moment, and you're wondering, is it going to get there? And your heart's racing, your blood's pumping, and all that good stuff. As you develop your trading skills and you become better with this, with what you do in your craft, you find out that this is not what you want. Not because it isn't going to go through or it's hard on your body or anything like that. Just for the simple fact that I want nice, easy, quiet trades. I want them to just go through, make their money, no excitement. I want to be a boring trader. I'm not looking for excitement. I used to jump out of planes for a living, and that was more than enough excitement. And I'm good to go now with just nice, easy, boring trades. But the markets will never give you exactly what you think you're going to get. They will always tend to surprise you. And sometimes those surprises are great, sometimes they are not. But right now, we are pushing for time, and time decay is working against us. And I do believe we're going to get this. We might not, and we might have to sell this out for a little of nothing. And usually around the last 10 minutes or so, usually really the last 5 minutes really, I will usually close it out, and we'll accept the loss if we have to, and it is better to come back and trade again. But let's continue on and see what we got. Now we are, and in fact, we're going to switch over to one of my other charts, one of my favorite charts. If I can have it up here. I thought I had it, bad boy. MetaTrader 4 chart. Look at what we got here. Okay. Okay, it gives us a better view of where we're at. And we are now at the A2 mark. Now, we have a strong possibility of getting this back, folks. We really do. And we need to look at, while we're here, we need to look at Euro Pound, because we look at Euro Pound 88.40 is what we have in Euro Pound. And I want to make sure that we're on that. And on the Euro Pound, we are pushing 88.32. Go ahead, hour chart on that. Okay, so 8040 is where we're looking at getting. And let's see if we can put up something there for the 8840 mark. 36. All right, and we'll do the 8836 handle. Oh, okay. So there we are with that, 832. And we are looking to get 8840. Hopefully we'll get that. And we're going to change that to 8840. Done. Done. And 8840 we're looking on this. We're going to bring this down to a 5-minute chart. And that bad boy right there. And hopefully we can get past that 8840 mark in the next 18 minutes. And let's go back over and look at the one that is everyone wants to see. Let's go back and look at our dollar CAD trade and see where we are on that. Okay, we're at 84.7. Okay, we're pushing up there, folks. We're pushing up there. Personally, I would have liked to have been well above this by now. And what will usually happen, guys, if you know anything about trading, it will wait until right at expiration, right the moment at expiration, and it will shoot past your strike, and you'll be like, oh, that was. And you say to yourself, geez, if I had just taken the next time frame, if I had just taken the next one. And that is horrible to do as a trader, because you're second guessing yourself. And there's no way that you can honestly say one time frame would be better than the other one. and you go by price action. You go by current price action. And when we took this trade, mind you, a few hours ago, 9 hours ago, when we took this trade, we were sitting very close to the 127 mark anyway. So we took this entire dip down here. We took this entire dip down, and right now we're currently better than we've been since we actually got into the trade. So that's what's up, and this is how markets trade. And some you will win, and some you will lose. Some you will, I almost started singing The Gambler, but some of these trades, you have to remember something, guys. No trade should ever be the one that makes you or break you. Every trade should pretty much be equal across the board as far as what they mean to you and what they mean to your account. No trade should be the one. And even though we all have the trade that has happened that has either, done us good or done us harm, we all remember them. 90% of us, most of us, will remember the trade that did not make us money. Okay, the trades that made us money, we don't even think about those. But the ones that hammered us, oh, we remember those. And my grandmother used to say, the best lesson is a bought lesson. The one that you pay for is the one that you remember the most. Something given has no value. And this is very true. But I did make $13,752 one night, and that trade made me. And it wasn't because I went out to make that kind of money. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time, and I knew what to do, and I took advantage of that because I happened to have $5,000 in my account, and I caught the biggest currency move in 44 years. That was the night of January 15, 2015, during the Swiss franc collapse, the debacle there. I just happened to turn on my computer at the time, and just so happened to see the Euro Swiss, like, oh my God. So I caught it and bought it at $10 a pip for 1,300 pips, and that changed my life. But let's make no mistake about it. That was random. That was an accident. That was just me turning on the computer and seeing something that had never happened before at that moment. But it was also in my frame of thinking, in my belief system, that was also a sign that I needed to be here and I needed to be doing this in some way or another, because I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in randomness. I don't believe in I do believe in randomness, but I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe that the universe just happens to put us here on this little spinning globe at the right time, at the right area, at the right angle, at the right latitude, at the right longitude, just all by accident. Everything that confluences together to create life did not just happen by accident, in my opinion. So therefore, there has to be some uniformity, some kind of guiding force that guides us, in my belief system. And that force, that guiding force, whatever you want to call it, has always led me to this area of life. Whether I knew it back then that I was coming here or not, I didn't know. But now, being here, doing this now, speaking to you right now, this is where I'm supposed to be. I am confident of that. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is the most natural thing to me. And to whomever I'm listening to, whoever you are out there, and you have been deciding and wondering, should I make this leap? Should I go ahead and put this out there of myself? Yes. Yes, you should. Most definitely. And do not be afraid to lose. Do not be afraid to fail. Do not be afraid to shake your shit off and get up and do it again, because it is worth it. You hear me? Whoever you are out there, my friend, it is worth it. Not the money, not even the freedom that it offers you, but the peace of mind. I have had days when I did not know how I was going to achieve the goals of the day, the money that I needed to make, the things I needed to do. I did not know how I was going to achieve them, but I had no doubt I would achieve them. And by the end of the day, when I closed my eyes and went to sleep, Every one of them have been achieved and done in style. And this is a daily habit of mine. I'm a little bit more outreach now. I have, I don't have to wake up every day and wondering how it's going to go, but you get the gist of it. But that's me getting into my system here, my belief system. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to look at this 127 handle be breached, and we're going to switch time frames now, and hopefully we can get this breach going. We got a nice push up here. We're at 126.87 or 126.84. That's the spread. And I am looking at a little 11 minutes now. So we need to start thinking about what we're going to do if this thing breaks down. And so for that, let's go back over here and look at Nadex and see what we're going to do. And we'll see what the Nadex show has to say. Now this is just it's so close, but we still have 11 minutes to go, and let's check and see what the volatility is like on that. Okay, so we get a run P&L. Sometimes that running P&L just does not want you to act properly, so then we go to trades. 10 pips away here, 14 pips away there. Nine minutes to go. And we'll open it up. Sometimes you got to do these little things like with the mobile app. You open it up, and then you close it back down, and it'll give you your P&L. Let's try it again. And we don't have any P&L. Getting any P&L. So coming down here. Okay, 8 minutes and 57 seconds. Okay. But as we can see, though, we are highly pushing up here. And we're going to stick a little lead on that P&L. P&L right here, our indicator right here, 8 minutes and 34 seconds. We're going to start looking at maybe closing this bad boy out if we have some liquidity on it. All right. And the last 5 minutes are going to prove crucial one way or another, people. And honestly, I thought by now we would have been well into this and we would be closing out right now for a profit. But this thing is going to make us see it all the way through to the end. So be it then, people. And I'm going to publish this thing one way or another. If we get it, I'm going to publish this as a win. If we don't, I'm going to put this out as a close call, a loss. Either way it goes, I'm going to do that. And this is all there is to it. And we're at 126, 85, 86, 7. 7 minutes to go. All right, 126, 87. 7 minutes to go. Now, as we get close to this, our volatility will increase more. And things are about to get really interesting. This is 87.3. Come on. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. We don't want that. We do not want that. We want to go ahead and just have nice, smooth, easy trades and reach these points. But this 127 handle has been an elusive son of a gun today, I must admit. And it will just have to go with it now. And after a few moments, we won't have the option of closing it out. We will have to take it as it is because you're going to have a dead zone within the last 2 minutes of the trade. So, people, we just might let this binary options deal here play out one way or the other and see what we get. We're in the last 6 minutes of this trade, and here we go, folks. Here we go. It will be quite interesting one way or the other. And I'm very much thankful for everyone who's part of strategic trading, who has been with me through these ups and downs of this trading life, who's watched these videos and become fans and become friends and become clients as well. And even the ones who become haters, thank you too, because you motivate me. And I don't burn any bridges at all. I never burn bridges. I keep the haters running for them. That's the plan. So I want to thank everybody who's been a part of my life and all of this good stuff that we've been doing. And it's moments like this that make me wonder, why the hell did I get into trading? No, I just want to say that it has been a great journey. And even though this trade might not be successful, the next one will, and the one after that will, and it may or may not, but I am a success, and you are a success. A trade does not make you a better person or a lesser person. The trade success or the trade failure is not a reflection on who you are as a person or as a trader. It is simply a trade that did not go on, did not become successful. It is a trade that did not win. That is all it is. Or it is a trade that did win. That is all it is. And the next 4 minutes and 11 seconds has nothing at all to do with who I am as a person or my skills or my abilities as a trader. None whatsoever. No more than if I was to take a coin and I flip that coin 100 times on heads. I had no ability that made that coin land on heads. It just landed there because randomness. I had no mental ability to affect that happening. It just happened. And that is the same thing that is going on with any trade that is unsuccessful or successful. You did not make it happen. You did not cause it to happen. You are not responsible for anything that other than taking the trade or not closing it out or actions within the trade, but you are not responsible for the ability of a trade to make it strike or to not make it strike. You cannot affect the market in that manner. And the market cannot affect you in that manner. We have 2 minutes and 58 seconds. And I would be thoroughly surprised if either one of these made it now. My initial belief of 127 was incorrect at this point. And unless something happens drastically in the next 2 minutes, it will remain that way. And it will be okay if it does, because I am still one of the best traders that I've ever met. And I believe that right after this trade concludes, obviously immediately after, then we'll breach that 127 mark. But we still might make it now. We have 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. And I have seen much stranger things happen. And this might be one of those nights. So we will see. We're at 126.87 and we have 2 minutes to go. And we're going to go ahead and look at the chart over here. You know what? We're going to close this out looking at the Nadex chart. We're going to look at the Nadex bad boy. Let's see what the Nadex chart has to say. And we are very much trying to get there. It is very much trying to get there. And it can make it. I have seen much stranger things happen in the last 2 minutes of a trade. But like I said, it is neither here nor there that this trade that I've been into all day uh, affects me as a person. It does not. It does not mean that Brian Swan is any less of the man that he was before he went into this trade. And if it's successful, I am no more. It works both ways. I am who I am. And I'm a great guy, so I think. And when you have a trade, guys, ladies, whoever's out there listening, when you have a trade and it's unsuccessful, it doesn't work, don't go kicking yourself. Don't go beating yourself. Don't go second guessing yourself. Don't go pulling your hair out. You know, examine it, learn it, study from it, and ask yourself, was there anything I could have done differently? And usually the answer is going to be no. Usually you have already done all your due diligence. You've already done the work. You've already made the choices. And given the circumstances in the same situation again, you probably make the same choice. Without knowing the outcome previous in advance, why not? Well, this trade is about over. And looks like we're not going to make it, guys. And I'm sorry about that. I thought we were very close. We came very close to it. We came very close. But in the end, this trade is going to not make it. And we were very close to it. But once again, no cigar. And that is a wrap on that. So, people, thank you very much for your time, your listening to me. And this is Brian Swan with Strategic Trading, signing off.